Hey everybody, Jerry here from Android Central, and we're having a look at the Samsung Gem from US Cellular. They sent it to us to have a look at. It's a definite entry-level device running Froyo, so that's a good thing. And you know, it's something we all want to take a look at. Low-price phones, there's nothing wrong with them. A lot of people get a lot of benefit from them. It's completely stock, and that's a good thing. We'll dig into the software a little bit. You notice down here it has 4 physical buttons. Actually, it's 5. That center button, that diamond shape, that's a home button. These 2 buttons here on the side are for your calls. You can answer and hang up. This is your menu button. Tap that. And this is your back button. You know how those work. Go back. Up at the top, the earpiece, that's also diamond shaped. They follow the Gem theme really well here. On top, you've got your power button, where I think they all should be, and a 3.5mm headphone jack. You go over to this side, and you've got nothing up here until you get to the bottom. There's a camera button. Oops. Clicky clicky. We like to see physical camera buttons. They come in handy if you use them a lot. There is the camera, no flash. Again, gem-shaped theme. It does autofocus. You can use barcode scanners. We'll have some pictures up here. Camera performs much better than I thought it would. Not going to replace any point and shoot, even the low-budget ones. But for a cell phone camera, it's acceptable. And then you come over here on this side, you've got your volume up and down switch. And underneath here is your USB port. We've seen those before. I kind of like when they give us a little cover, even when it's hard to take off on camera, but there's your USB port. And down on the very bottom, if you can see it, there's the microphone. So, you know, the outside is pretty clear. You know, a lot of nice clean lines. Nothing really exciting or different, but sometimes that's a good thing. It works well, and the phone, I kind of like the way the phone feels. I have to be honest with you guys. It's not the snappy performer that we all might want, but as far as feel, something that you want to pick up, pull out of your pocket and talk on the phone, I like the Gem. I like smaller phones, so you know, maybe that's just me, but it does feel pretty good in your hand. It is all plastic, but I don't know, it's just shaped well and fits well. Everybody's going to be different about that. That's just me. Back to the software, it is stock Froyo. Absolute bone bare stock. Let me zoom in a little bit. We can get a little bit closer view on it. You know, that's a good thing. That's a bad thing. A lot of people, they scream and they want stock and customize things themselves. And, you know, I'm part of that crowd. I like stock and you know, build it the way I want to build it from the market or other third parties. It's not the best performer in the world. You can see sometimes there's a little bit of lag, but not bad. It's on par with an Optimus. You know, it's not going to run as well as the Desire or any of the Galaxy S phones, but you know, it's, for what it is, it's pretty doggone good. You know, it's a great way to get people that are maybe transitioning to their first smartphone. Because it's stock Froyo, you've got 5 home screens. And the app drawer, you all are going to like this. You've got City ID, which after I said you all are going to like it, I show you City ID. But you'll see where I'm going. Think Free Office. US Cellular's contact management helps you back up. The Tone Room, that's where you can download ringtones. And their version of Telenav, and that's it. None of the rest of the software has been touched. You know, additions of a few things in your apps. And let's face it, My Navigator and the contact backup, nobody can complain about those. It's pretty nice to have them. If you've ever used Telenav for Android, a lot of us prefer it. I'm one of them over the stock navigation. City ID, you know, it is what it is. But it was really nice to see this not bogged down by a bunch of third-party stuff, because maybe this little phone couldn't take it if it was bogged down. This is one case where it definitely would not make things better if you had a bunch of stuff running in the background. But there's your app drawer. You can look at the widgets here. Let's bring them up. You can see there's not even There's absolutely nothing extra in here, and maybe I'm going on a little bit more about it, but it's very refreshing, especially, you know, an entry-level device. You think that they'd really want to chock it full of stuff, you know, to make it a little bit more value added is the term they use, but not in this case. Works really well. We want to bring the settings up here too. Pop her over, excuse that. Notice it switches orientation pretty quickly. I don't know if that's sensor or, you know, CPU. But we go into the About phone. We can see it's Android 2.2.1. US Cellular, we love you. We love what you're doing, trying to shake up the industry. But this phone needs 2.2.2 to get some of the security fixes. So let's hope that that happens shortly. And based on the track record, US Cellular is actually pretty good about updating their phones. So big thumbs up. We go down here for those of you that are into that sort of thing. It's a 2.6.32.9 kernel. It's not the latest, not the greatest, but it is a pretty nice performing kernel. It, you know, has quite a few options if you want to get in there and start customizing things. The build number itself is EB23. Samsung, they give different build numbers. You know, that translates into 2.2.1. So, you know, not a lot to say there. Little things you can see, you know, battery use, everything that you'd expect from stock Froyo is in there. Legal information, open source licenses, model number, system tutorial. That's kind of neat. We never look at that. You can go through and it explains how to use the phone. You know, that's all built in. That's all stock. There's really not much more to say, and that's a good thing. You know, it's a basic entry-level smartphone, and they haven't added a bunch of stuff to take any of that basicness away. We're gonna, you know, we'll go over. I got some, like I said, some pictures we want to look at, and I'll tell you what I thought about the time using it in the post below. You all have a good one. I'll talk to you later.